So I want to tell the story about when I got cheated on by my first boyfriend, my high school love. So I had just gotten my driver's license, and I was rolling around town with my sister and in my mother's boyfriend car, not even my mother's car. And we were just hanging out, and I was supposed to be braiding his hair. So I wanted to let him know that back then we didn't have cell phones. I wanted to let him know that I would be running late because I was hanging. And wasn't ready to go braid his hair, and let him know that I was going to be late. So I decided to go and, drop my sister off or whatever have yous and roll by his house. So I go by the house and I'm just knocking and nobody answering the door. So finally he comes to the door. Now, mind you, he does not open the door. He just comes to the door. He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "What's up with you?" So you can, if you don't open it, you open the door a little bit, you can see like in his front living room. Well, you don't know that, but that's how it was back then. You can see in the front living room.
Okay.
And I'm like, I see a chick sitting there. I'm like, I know her.
You crack in the door and you could see her. Huh?
Yeah, I could see her. So I was like, that's that girl that worked with you at the store. He worked at a party store. And I'm like, what's she doing? I said, oh, okay. Open the door. I ain't opening the door. He would not open that door for nothing. So you know that I was young. Let me put a disclaimer in there. I tried to get that door open, couldn't get that door open. I said, okay, they got to come out eventually. I know what to do. I left. Go roll it over. Again, disclaimer, I was very young. This kind of stuff gets you in trouble nowadays. Rolled over to my friend's house, like, hey, let me get one of them steak knives. She like, what's? I said, I got to go back and see Fat Man. Ooh, that's his name. So then I went, after I left her house, I said, okay. I rode back to his house because I knew he was going to get that girl out of there because he knew I wasn't going to stop banging on that door or clowning until he let me in. So what I did was I went back to the house and he was like taking off. So I called him taking off. So I'm in the car. I started chasing him and I lost him. He got away from me. And I remember.
He on feet?
No, he in the car.
Oh, and you were following him?
Yeah, in the car.
And
again, disclaimer.
Car.
Yeah, and
okay.
With my brand new driver's license. So I'm like, okay, all right, dog, I know what to do. I know where she lived. I knew what area she lived in because, again, I know this girl. She worked at the store with him. And I said, okay, so first I rolled by the store. I said, he going to try to not take her home. I'm going to go by the store. Ask another friend of ours, like the dude in the store, like, I ain't telling you nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. I said, yes, you do. You know who she is. You know where she lives. So I said, okay, that's all right. I got an idea. Roll up and down Greenfield around the apartment complex looking for his car because I knew he was going to take her home, get her out of there because he knew I was coming back. So then I couldn't find him in the parking lot of the apartment complexes that I rolled up and down. I said, okay, he going back home because, see, this is the same little neighborhood. I knew it wasn't going to take that long for him to do all this.
Right.
Get her home, get whatever have you.
Right.
So I rolled back up to his crib. He was getting out that car. And I caught him because I done jumped out my car. Again, disclaimer, I was very young. Jumped on the... How I got into his car, I have no idea, don't remember. Jumped into the car, grabbed him by the head while the car was still moving, was tearing that head up. You hear me? I was trying to tear the head up. Luckily, I didn't have that steak knife I got from my friend. Disclaimer, don't do these things. And was tearing that head up, was going crazy on that head. So he finally stopped the car, got me away from him, got me out the car. And he didn't hurt me or anything. And I just got out the car, went back to my car. Calmly got in my mother's boyfriend car, went home. I'm always hungry. Got out the car and was walking into the house. My mom come to the door. She's like, hey, where you been? I said, me, Carla Boo, we was rolling around, hanging, whatever. She said, that's all? I said, yeah, that's all. What's up? I said, what you got to eat? I'm hungry. You're hungry after a little spat. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what's up? She said, so you didn't go back to Fat Man house? I said,
how she already know?
I'm looking like, how she know that? Okay, so come on in here. So we sit down. She's like, his mom called. You tried to take his ear off. She had to take him to the hospital. I said, what? I ain't hurt him. Whatever. So she was like, you're running around here in with your driver's license you just got in my boyfriend's car that's not mine, and you're trying to hurt your boyfriend who you caught cheating. I was like, yeah. Like it was nothing. Like, and I'm still hungry. So what's up? So the next day, this is what you do when you're young and crazy. I go to the store because, see, we was allowed to sit at the store, you know, where our little boyfriends work or whatever, because, you know, we the steady girlfriend, not the girl on the side. So anyway, I go up to the store. He working. I'm like, is she working today? He like, nah. So I just go on back behind the counter, sit there with him all cute. He's sitting there all bandaged up with the ear. Bandaged up. But that's not how you want to react. Now that I'm grown and know better. When you find your significant other, boyfriend, husband, when you cheat, try not to react that way.
All right. FYI, for y'all, part of the reason that I'm so silent is because this is the first time I'm hearing this story myself. I feel like the story was hinted at some point in my life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I definitely don't think we all went all the way through it. And definitely not since I've been an adult.
No, definitely not since you've been an adult.
All right. So that was a moment of nostalgia, and thank you for joining us. What up, though? And welcome to episode 3 of Message from Ernestine. We're happy you're here for today's message. I go by the name LB.
I go by the name of Michelle.
And
you still got my name spelled wrong.
Oh, your name is spelled wrong on my script. My bad. FYI for y'all out there, my mom's name is spelled Michael with an E. I know that, but for some reason, there's some spots in our script where I have it spelled wrong. But we are a black mother and son duo from the legendary city of Detroit. We gather here weekly to honor the memory of my great-grandmother Ernestine, who bestowed wisdom on us that we now want to share with the world. We keep it all the way real during our discussions on current events, various issues that we all deal with as human beings. And we also provide advice and tell personal stories, all from the viewpoint in Generation Y, aka Millennials, that's me, and Generation X and my mom.
That's me. Holla!
If you'd like to follow along with our conversation on social media, tag us at msgfrmernestine and use the hashtag that is spelled the exact same way. We have accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also use the hashtag PodIn. That's a now listening hashtag that will help more people find our show. And again, that's hashtag PODIN. We'll retweet, like, respond, and all that good shit. So let's get connected. Now, let's get started with Tell Me Something Good.
Tell me something good.
Tell Me Something Good is our self-reflection segment where we celebrate positive things that have happened in our lives during the past week. So, Ma, what's your something good for the week?
This week is wonderful. I'm celebrating the Tell Me Something Good by talking about my friend who I met when I was like 16, 17 years old. She hired me for my first job. Her name is Renita. We worked at a store called Corey's Jewel Box. Mm-hmm. She celebrated her 60th birthday this week and had a wonderful birthday party. You know, a lot of your friends not going to make it to a certain age or whatever have yous. And I just want to say I love her. I appreciate what she taught me as of being a woman and growing up. And we're still friends to this day. So I was like 16, 17 when I met her and she turned 60. So we've been friends for over 30 something years. Yeah. That's my big sis.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm 25 now. So you only knew her for like 5 years when I was born. That's crazy. Or 5-ish.
No.
Is it?
No, boy. Yeah, it's more than 30 something. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a blessing.
So, yeah. Happy birthday, Auntie Renita. And just like we discussed last week, I have a slew of aunties. So I would not be surprised if we end up talking about more of them as the show goes on. But that's just one of them who was also there for all the big moments in my life. So happy birthday to her. And happy that we still have her here on Earth. And thank you to her for everything that she's done and being a part of my life. And being a part of our family.
Amen. Yeah, and her family.
And also, in addition to that, shout out to my auntie Sarita, who is out there watching, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
We found out that she's watching because she was at the party.
Yep.
And then also her son, James, who I went to school with, which is really nuts.
Small world. Yeah. Circle came back around. Sarita was the other manager at Corey's Jewel Box that hired me also back then. Yeah. We're all good friends still.
Yeah, it's crazy. So my something good is a lot smaller. So I guess I'm glad
this
you
week
went first. Yeah. So this past week, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I got the whole natural hair thing going. I'm not gonna lie, like I was inspired by Black Panther to pursue a hairstyle other than like the really short buzz cut and waves and all that good stuff. I decided to try something different. After I saw that movie, I was just like, I don't know, I just wanted to try something.
Looks good.
Well, thank you, ma'am. And so since I started that, of course, like I've been looking for products to make it turn out the way that I want it to. And so one of them is the twisted up comb, which is this guy here. My something good
Looks
is
like a little tennis racket.
It does though, right? I thought the same thing.
Right.
Like that's the point. Like it gets your hair nice in there and it's metal, so you can wash it and all that good stuff, and it's helpful.
I'm learning something.
Yeah, because the other option is like a styrofoam version that just kind of like, but it like crumbles over time.
Right. Yeah, it's best to have a sustainable one.
Exactly. And so that company, they've been on Shark Tank. It's black owned.
We love Shark Tank.
Yeah, it's great. And we also love Damon John, so that helps.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been on. The owner is a black guy. I can't remember where he's from, but he's been on Shark Tank. Really good product. I definitely suggest it as someone who's been using it for almost a week now. So yeah, that's my something good for the week. So now that we're all caught up, let's talk about what's going on in the world. What's going on is our news and current events segment. So Ma, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, I want to talk about what's going on with Wendy Williams. She's one of my favorite TV show hosts. I've always liked her because she's straightforward, to the point. She's talking a lot of trash about everybody, stars, some everyday people, but mostly stars. I've always liked her. Even when she was on the radio, she always been rough with it, hard with it. So she's going through something that everybody goes through. Her husband cheated on her. She decided to not. She only talked about it very little, like, threw it up there and was like, this is so-and-so, that's not true, whatever have you, back in a year ago or whatever, when all it first started coming out. Yeah. So I didn't really like the way she did that. But when you look at it and think about it, she was being honest in her own way. Yeah. And when something like that happens to you, you tell it in your own way. Like, people should respect that. She's telling it in her own way. I know she come for a lot of people, but she told it in her own way. And what's so interesting to me is a lot of people don't think, like, everyday women or men who are cheated on, they do it the exact same way. Yep. They tell it when they want to, in small portions or very little. Yeah. And I just respect her a lot, and I just want everybody to give her an opportunity to tell it in her own way, the same way she came out about her being in the sober house. She did it in her own way, in her own time. Yeah. But we have to remember about these stars and famous people. They're just human beings just like us. Yeah. And if you think about anybody when you found out that their husband or their significant other cheated, they told it in their own way. I know she's on television and we want her to do it differently. Right. So I want her to come back and tell it in her own way. Yeah. Because she's just a human being, a woman just like any other woman or man who's been cheated on. Yeah. And she's just telling it in her own way. Right. And we don't like it because she's on TV and she always in everybody's business and commenting on everybody's relationship. But that's her job. Right. That's what she get paid for. Yeah. So she just doing it just like any other human being to me, telling it in her own way. Yeah. And I know, like, I will admit that, like, I've been one of those people who have had that problem with her because, like, I mean, she's just in general, like, kind of messy. You know that. That's one of that's what she get paid for. That's why they put her on TV. That's one of the appeals to her. That's why she is who she is today. Exactly. And I know she also hasn't always been this kind of media personality, is what I've learned. Because, before she was a radio personality first, and she wasn't always. Well, she got into this when she was on the radio. She was like really hardcore on people, like the Whitney Houston incident, other incidents. Yeah, that I don't like the way that she handled the Whitney Houston. Yeah, but it was true. Whitney didn't like it because she called that ass out. Yeah, and I'll be honest, I need to go back and actually like hear some of the comments because like. I remember, but I don't fully remember. Right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it just,
and also, but like, I don't know, at the same time, like, again, I agree completely. Like, this is another point that I'm glad we brought up, because we are going to talk about things that are happening in the world, which includes with celebrities. So one thing to remember as we talk about these things is just that, like, these are normal human beings that breathe the same air we do, and most of which were in some of the same similar predicaments and positions that we are in
and
now.
will always be, because just because you have a lot of money or you become famous, that doesn't change that you're just an average human being. Right. What it does is it changes who you are to the world. Right. But as being a human being,
that's a really good way to put it.
You're the same as anybody else.
Yeah. Some of y'all out there have heard me say this, but I've always said my mom is a psychologist without a degree. And maybe that's the wrong category or whatever, but like you really understand people. But anyways, so yeah, I will admit that I was one of those people, and but at the same time, again, like, as long as like she is like being intentional about like telling her story, because it can help other people. She has such a big platform,
exactly, and she
that, like, she can help other people by being intentional of like not holding on to her truth and like living in her truth.
Right. And I believe she's going to do that.
Probably. So cool. I don't have anything else to add on Wendy Williams.
All right.
So other thing I wanted to talk about, I know we talked specifically in the last episode about the passing of Nipsey Hussle. And I just wanted to say that, like, they had a service for him that they then aired on BET, and then it was also available on a few different through a few different websites on Facebook, and it was a beautiful service. Snoop Dogg came and spoke.
I heard about him speaking.
It was good.
I heard about a lot of people speak. I didn't actually watch it. It was very long, and
it was like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, but I'm very happy what everybody told me about it. And very inspirational about what they told me about it.
Yeah, and, his mom gave a really like strong like educational, spiritual.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. Speech. I want to see what his mom said.
Yeah, there's a YouTube video just of that. So
that's what I want to see.
I'll get that link for you. And if I can find a link online to the full funeral, I'll add it just in case anyone out there doesn't know how to get to it. I'll add it to show notes as well. So yeah, beautiful service. It's exactly what he deserved. It happened at Staples Center. The last time that they did a service at Staples Center, it was for Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
In my opinion, if nothing else tells you the impact that he had, that, and then also since his passing, there has been a truce between the Bloods and the Crips. Like literally, they're in the streets, just like I think it was in '93, the last time they had a truce.
Okay.
They're in the streets like together, tying their bandanas together, holding them over cars to signify the truce. And just the way that LA is coming together, like honestly, like I'm ready to go back out there like right now just to soak up some of that energy. But
that's wonderful.
But
I hope they
it's
keep
just
it
been
going.
a beautiful thing, and there's a lot of like peace talk going on out there, and like the work that he was doing is definitely being continued. So the marathon continues. But there were some specific things around Nipsey Hussle that I wanted to touch on. So there was a moment during the funeral specifically. There's a rapper named YG. You've heard him because he was the one who made the song, the Fuck Donald Trump song.
Oh no, I don't remember that song, but I think I heard a little bit. So yeah, you got to educate me on that.
Yeah. Okay. So he's the one. He's the artist of that title. Song. So it's a great song too, actually. In addition to the fact that it's talking about the head Cheeto in office. But anyways, so yeah, great song or whatever. But getting back to this particular point that I was making, that so he got up there and he made a comment. He was talking about, him and Nipsey's relationship and how Nipsey used to encourage him, and YG is also a Blood, and so that aspect of it is important because they come from rival gangs. But again, like the Bloods and the Crips had so much respect for Nipsey Hussle and what he did for their community, that they rose above the gang affiliations. But there was a part of his speech where he was talking about how they both have kids or whatever. But the way that he worded it was like, he basically said, we both have two light-skinned, and then he paused, and then he said daughters, to raise or whatever, because they both had 2 daughters. And like the reason I wanted to pull that out is because that's something that's called colorism that is very unnecessary. Like those are daughters, right? These are your children. It doesn't matter. Oh my
God, we were just talking about colorism at work. Oh my God. Okay, we can't get deep.
We're gonna do an episode
we can't
on
get
colorism.
deep on that today.
So that'll be another episode. But so yeah, it is just unnecessary to like point out that your children are light skinned or whatever. Like it's unnecessary, and it's something that we do in our community way too often.
Okay. That's true.
And also he had that little pause because I think he almost like
wanted to take it back.
No, I think he almost was going to say bitches instead of daughters.
Oh,
because men are have this internalized notion in their mind that it's okay to refer to women as bitches instead of calling them women or by their name.
You think he was gonna say that?
We're gonna watch the video right now, so you can see
okay, let's get it. I need my headphones, right?
Yeah. You need me to help you?
Let's see. Right, left, right. You tell me.
So.
Can you tell?
Okay, that's your right. That's
okay.
your left. Yeah. All
right. Wait a minute. You said this is my right.
I believe so. This. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right.
These things are so difficult, y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the video. Can you hear?
Oh yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, good.
Work it.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna watch the video.
Like I was having conversations with Nip about, I'm like, look, bro, we got some light-skinned, pretty girls we gotta raise. We in trouble, my nigga. What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see the.
Listen to how he pauses, because somebody else brought up this point. First of all, again, it's the colorism thing of like bringing up the light skin part, but like listen to the way he pauses. I really think he was about to say that.
I'm like, look, bro, we got
like because he says girls, not daughters.
Right.
So I think again,
you thinking he was gonna have a slip? And say,
Like I was having conversations with Nip about. I'm like, look, bro, we got some light skinned, pretty girls we gotta raise. We in trouble, my nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I get it. I get it.
I really think that's what he was about to say, and like it's just again like so colorism is this concept of basically favoring someone because of their lighter skin, and it's something that we do within the black community. It's something that has been imposed on us by European beauty standards, and that white people do as well. And a part of colorism too, and is like people referring to lighter skinned as fair skinned, for example. So like that
they have plenty of names for it,
right?
Like your grandma back then, they called it. Oh Lord, what did they call it? Light, bright. Gotta have.
There's so many things.
Yeah, so many.
All that stuff. But anyways, we won't go too deep into it. But like, it just again, it's another one of those points that I wanted to make. That just like it's unnecessary. Like we have to evolve past these notions that someone is better because of the color of their skin, because we look at white people and we have an issue with them having issues with the color of our skin, but then we have issues with ourselves and the color of our skin.
Yes.
Like all shades of black are beautiful. Period.
Exactly. All shades is beautiful.
Yeah, so I wanted to touch on that. And then so the other situation surrounding Nipsey Hussle that I wanted to talk about. So there's a rapper named Kodak Black who I don't really like very much as an artist, let alone as a person. And he basically, it was some point, I think it was within the week of Nipsey dying, he said something along the lines of, he was on Instagram Live basically talking about how he's going to shoot his shot at Lauren London.
Right, yeah, I actually seen a video of him saying that.
Yeah, and like basically saying like, I'll give her time to get over dude or whatever. And
that's totally disrespectful.
Yeah, very. But
then he gave a half-ass apology.
Right.
Because it was not an apology.
No, he didn't. It was basically one of those like, I'm sorry that y'all got offended by that, or that y'all felt like that was that was inappropriate for me to say. That was basically what he said.
Yeah.
But so that was an issue for him to even say that and disrespect Nipsey and his family and Lauren London in that way. First of all, because like, first of all, dog, this man just died and like had such a huge impact on the world and was such a great human being. Like, why would you put an emphasis on trying to get at his fiance. But anyway, so that was disrespectful, but it gets a little deeper than that. So like people responded to it. The celebrities specifically that responded to it and made videos about it was T.I., The Game, and Tank. And I understand them wanting to defend Nipsey and like defend Nipsey and Lauren. I understand them wanting to come to their defense, but my issue with all of that is that Kodak Black has a lot of other issues that have been going on and that have made him a suspect as a person. Because again, I wasn't there and I can't say whether he did all these things, but most of the time when these situations come up, some of these things come up like they have some truth to them. You're not completely innocent. And so I wanted to specifically talk about some of that stuff and why I have an issue with people now. Because my thing is like, you know what? Let me just. So there's a Facebook post about it that really words it really well. So let me just read that, and then we can talk about it. So Kodak Black's rape charges have been public for 3 years. Most of his peers didn't say shit. When he called Keke Palmer ugly for being a dark-skinned bitch, his words.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
These men stayed silent. When he was harassing Young M.A., so Young M.A. is a female rapper who is a lesbian, and I can't, but anyways, and so she's a lesbian or whatever, and just because she's one of those women who like dress in a way that is more masculine, I guess.
Okay.
By gender role definitions. I don't have another term for it. But,
okay.
So when he was harassing Young M.A., asking how you got a coochie but don't want to get fucked. He was harassing her online with that. I'm pretty sure those are actually lyrics.
Nobody
to the song.
came to her defense, is what you're saying.
Nobody. These rappers dismissed it as trolling and didn't come to her defense at all. T.I., Game, Tank, etc. being vocal now after his Lauren London comments show that women are only cared for because of their proximity to men as a wife, mother, and friend. They responded out of respect to another man, not to her as a woman.
That's very interesting.
And true.
I get that. That's true.
It's 100% true.
I understand that.
Most of the time, like, men are so... Toxic masculinity is so divulged in my gender that we get so tied into these notions of what we are, of men, that like we then struggle to be empathetic towards women or to care about women in a way that actually matters. Like, and again,
I agree with that.
That speaks to that, that she was only cared for or defended by these men because of her proximity to Nipsey, basically, as his fiance, wife, mother of his children, mother of his child, I guess. And again, like I wanted to point that out because I don't think I think we need to work more, again, as human beings, to be more empathetic towards each other. And that includes across genders as well.
Yes.
And again, like that even goes for men giving a shit about Black women of all different types, like, because I'm talking about like transgender women as well. I'm talking about women who are also lesbians, like being respectful towards them because they are also human beings. And they are women, and we all live on this earth together.
Exactly.
Breathe the same air. So yeah, that's what I wanted to touch
Very
on
good
there.
point. I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah. So now getting to a little bit of a lighter note, I think I'm going to start love sandwiching these topics because I noticed that we've been starting with the bad and then going into the good stuff. So I want to love sandwich stuff. So put the
I
good
like
stuff
that
in
term, love sandwiching.
Yeah, good stuff at the beginning and end.
Yeah.
So I'll start doing that for the what's going on. But going into the good stuff now. So Coachella is happening this weekend, which
I'm jealous. I want to go.
Oh, I want to go too. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
Where is it at?
Coachella is in California somewhere. I can't remember exactly.
Oh, we're going to have to work on that.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the clothes and I love music. Now, they can have a lot of the other stuff they do, but I love clothes.
Because I was getting ready to say, there's a lot more than music that goes on.
I know. But it looks so sweet.
Yeah. I mean,
God.
It's 3 straight days of concerts.
Yeah.
So, it's all standing, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure you know that before we start making... Maybe, I don't know. You might not like. You might.
You
not.
got to look that up and see if I can bring a little pocket chair.
That's your determination of whether to go or not.
No, I really would like to try it, and if I don't make it through the whole 3 days, then
right,
that's not. But I definitely would like to go.
There are like day passes too, I think, for those kind of festivals.
Yeah, that looks so sweet.
Yeah, that would be cool. We should try to do a music festival, even if it's not that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, Coachella happening this weekend. So the moment that I specifically wanted to talk about is my girl Janelle Monáe, which is another one of those women that I could have talked about last week's and during last episode. And so she performed, and I didn't get to watch her whole set, and I didn't because I also saw her last summer, and that's where I got this shirt.
Nice.
From her last tour and album. I have spent, I'm not gonna lie, way too much money on the merchandise from this album, but I loved it. I loved her last album. It's called Dirty Computer, and it's basically, I called it a love letter to Black futurism, womanism, and Black feminism is what, and also
I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Oh my God, what is her sexuality called? It's not bisexual, but it's similar.
Oh, they got a new word for bisexual?
Something like that.
Oh, nice. I'm getting schooled again.
I have to look this up to make sure I get it right.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, seriously. Okay, pansexual. There we go. Jesus, I was having a.
What is pansexual?
So pansexual means if and again, somebody out there, please correct me if I get this wrong.
Yes.
But bisexual essentially means that you are attracted to men and women who are like who fall under like traditional gender roles.
Okay.
Of like being a man or a woman.
Okay.
But
pansexual
is that you are also open to trans women and men as well.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. I'm pretty sure that's right. And I mean, I would look it up to make sure, but that could take some time.
Okay.
And I might do that while I'm talking. But anyway, so yeah, at Coachella, getting back on the topic.
Wow. Okay. Learn something new every day, y'all.
Oh no. Okay. So here it is.
Okay.
So. Nope, that is not what I wanted. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So pansexual is not limited in sexual choice in regards to the biology of sex, basically. So it's like you're attracted to all people, however, regardless of how they identify genders.
Uh-huh.
So it's similar to what I was saying.
Similar to what you were saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think we should have an episode on this stuff too, because I know a little bit about in this area and like
wow,
I can pull
that's
up
fascinating.
definitions and be ready and stuff.
Ready, all right.
Because again, there's a lot on that spectrum of gender.
Yes, a lot.
But anyway, so what I was trying to have a roundabout way of saying.
Right, you just went all the way back, but I learned a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Janelle Monáe during her set, which was very similar to the one from her concert based on what I read and saw for that matter, which was awesome. She's one of the greatest entertainers on the planet right now. She brought out Tierra Whack, and so Tierra Whack is kind of a newer artist who was also nominated for a Grammy this year. Mm-hmm. She's a rapper, and I'd say she does some singing as well, who is just like this really super creative artist. And she was nominated for a video of hers, and her videos are amazing. Like the way that she does storytelling in her videos and like the creativities that go into her videos is nuts. And then so she brought out Tierra Whack, and then she also brought out Lizzo. And Lizzo is this artist who kind of like a bigger woman who's just like this beautiful, like big personality, like positive person who raps, sings, plays the flute, plays the piano. And if I'm not mistaken, she plays other instruments as well.
Oh, wonderful.
And she's just she's awesome. Like she's someone who's considered to be kind of like a body positive icon because she's a bigger woman who's very positive and like shows off her body. Like she's literally naked on the cover of her album, I think. Lizzo album.
Nice.
Cover. I believe it's the album cover if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. Oh, that's a beautiful picture.
Yeah, isn't that a beautiful picture?
Yeah,
like,
that's beautiful.
Like that's a beautiful. Like,
I don't think my
artistic...
son knows, but I'm kind of down with the naked stuff. Back in the day, I wanted to be in Playboy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, what I just to like reiterate what I like about Lizzo and her body positivity and like that she is open on showing her body is just that, like, because a lot of people associate being fat or overweight or whatever or obese whatever with like being ugly, but that's not what it is. Like all bodies can be beautiful, right? Like,
oh yeah, I agree with that.
And like, and you should find beauty in yourself regardless of whatever kind of body style you have. And I think that's
right. Love yourself inside and out.
Yeah, and I think that's why Lizzo is so important, and like her messages are so important, and her music is so important because it's in her music as well.
Oh wow, yeah, you got to hook me up on her.
Yeah, her last song was with Missy Elliott, and you would really like it.
I love Missy Elliott.
Yeah, and Lizzo be out there like twerking and stuff, and like she be cussing on stage and shit.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so yeah, Janelle Monáe brought those two out, and I thought it was dope that like my favorite artist brought out two of my new favorite artists, or one of my favorite artists, I'm sorry, and Janelle Monáe brought out two of my new favorite artists, and they are all just such like positive and uplifting Black women in their own right, which is really, really dope.
That's nice.
So then just talk about some TV and film stuff because, again, that's one of our favorite things.
Yeah.
So Disney made a lot of announcements. They actually announced Disney Plus, which is going to be a streaming service.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that on the
Netflix.
news. Yeah.
And so they're actually doing some Marvel shows with that, which, again, like... That's one of my fandoms as a blurred. And so there's going to be a show with Scarlet Witch, so Wanda and Vision. And then Loki is going to have his own show.
Shut up.
Falcon and Winter Soldier are going to have their own show.
What? Is it going to be actual shows, not cartoons?
They're going to be series with the actual same actors from the movies.
Oh, okay. Oh,
and
nice.
Apparently, also in development, there is a show for Hawkeye and then Hulk and She-Hulk.
Oh, okay. Cool. Right on.
Yeah, and so that's really cool. And there's also going to be some new Star Wars series on there that are live action. So that's going to be really, really dope. And then the other thing that they announced was the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. I forgot to show it to you.
Oh, yeah, you got to show it to me later.
We're going to pause and watch it.
Okay.
So you can give like a quick, immediate reaction.
Yeah, let's see.
All right. So, what'd you think of the trailer?
Oh, that was wonderful. That was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Oh, and I paused it. I ended it too early to show that the name of the movie is The Rise of Skywalker, so I have no idea what that means.
Okay.
From what we know, there's only one Skywalker left, which is Kylo Ren, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that movie. I just got chills again.
Chills. Blurb.
Blurred.
Sorry.
Gotta make sure you get...
Oh, yeah, that's right, because that's another whole... Say it again. Blurred.
Yep.
Okay.
And so the other thing that happened recently in TV and film, so I posted about it because I was really excited, but so available on Amazon Prime right now is a movie called Guava Island. And the stars in that movie are Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, my guy, Rihanna.
Love both of them.
Yeah, and the third one is Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri in Black Panther. So
yeah.
And so they're the main ones in it, and then also guy who plays the villain is Nonzo Anozie, and it's just this really, really dope, great story that's told in less than an hour. So it's a short film. And the story is basically about love, unity, and music and art on this island called Guava Island. And I don't want to give away too much than that, because again, it's only an hour. So
right. Yeah.
If I start talking about it, I'll literally tell you the whole movie. But yeah, soundtrack was really dope and just really, really, really good movie. Like, it isn't just a great cast, but it's delivered well. It actually was shot on Cuba, and it looks like they used a lot of local talent as well.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Really
it's always good.
And it's just it's visually stunning movie. It's just really, really good. I'm expecting it to be nominated for some Emmys, so we'll see what happens.
All right. I'm going to check that out
Yeah.
once you hook me up.
And the other thing is, because I got to make sure you can see it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
The other thing is, that movie, like, it confirmed that I want to try short shorts this summer and get some. And I'm going to start wearing a few less buttons on my short sleeve button ups.
Not the short shorts.
Yep, it's happening.
No, don't do it.
Sorry.
They're horrible.
Don't matter. Don't care what you think.
Boy, you don't want to do that.
I'm trying it. I'm at least going to try some on now.
Well, try them on, and I'm going to go with you while you try them on.
It ain't about you.
I know, but...
I wear what I want. Anyways.
Short shorts.
I ain't saying short. Anyway.
Yeah, I want to see. We're going to work it out. Let's go. Let's go to the store together and we'll work it out.
Okay.
I want to try it. See. I want to see what's
happening.
We'll see. Come on. Don't be afraid. Take your mother with you. Shopping. I just want to see.
I'm moving on. Don't you get stuck on these short shorts. All right. So now that we're all caught up, let's get to the main reason we're all here. It's time for today's message. If you couldn't tell from our story at the beginning, today's message is covering what happens after cheating in a relationship. I know you kind of wanted to talk about just like some general overlooking, like reactions to cheating. So
right, that happens immediately or while you're in the moment of finding out.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people get very angry. Definitely get very angry. Sometimes they're disclaimer, don't do these things. Your thoughts is you might want to cut his dick off and stick it down his throat, which is horrible. You don't want to do these things. Disclaimer, that's violent and awful. So, yeah, anger comes first. And then you looking at that person, male or female, whoever it is, like, I just cannot believe you did that. And I caught you doing that. And it's horrible. Like, you looking at them like, oh, I want to kill you at that moment.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Disappointment,
hurt, all kind of emotions. You go through so many at that particular moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these are things we all learn. If you haven't been through it, you're going to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
And your reaction at that moment, you just have no idea what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And overall, you want to, in my opinion, you take a step back, because at that moment, you're not going to take a step back. Your reaction is going to be totally different than what you would like to think you will react to.
And you're referring to actually catching them in the act, or just like
just finding out, period. Like, if you find a phone message, if you find a lot of phone messages, you see them with somebody else,
or if someone tells you, right.
And you know, whatever. So everybody reacts differently.
Mm-hmm.
Now I forget where I was at. Let's see. What people I know. Oh, well, not just what people I know have done.
Yeah.
Myself included. What I have done when I found out that a partner was cheating. A lot of people, your reaction is your personal business, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And what you do. Like, your friends might react one way, you might react another.
Mm-hmm.
You might leave at that point and don't look back. You might not want to hear the story from that person who cheated on you.
Yeah.
I know one thing I hate for a male or a female to say when they cheat is, it was an accident.
No. Oh, yeah, that is the word that you don't like.
My God.
Yeah, that's right.
I hate that word. I'm going to tell you why. Because you don't accidentally fall into nobody's pussy or whatever you like.
Right.
That's not an accident.
Right.
So don't use that word.
And I think what happens is people use accident synonymously with mistake, but they are two very different words.
They're two totally different
While
things.
it can definitely be a mistake, it cannot be an accident.
Could we look up mistake? Because in my opinion,
it can be a mistake as in like you did it. Mistake isn't so.
I don't even think you should.
So why did you make that face? What do you think I mean when I say mistake? Is what I want to hear.
In my opinion, you shouldn't even use the word mistake, because you don't accidentally just fuck somebody. Or
but see, mistake isn't an accident. That's what I'm saying. Mistake doesn't mean accident.
We're the same. a wrong, misguided.
Yeah, it's wrong or misguided. It doesn't mean that you did it on accident, because you can do something on purpose.
Okay.
Because there are things that we do on purpose that are a mistake.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
I may ask you to pick up Virgil's dog bed and put it on this side of the couch, and you might put it over there.
That was a mistake.
Right.
Well, I hope it's only a one-time mistake, because otherwise, if it's not a one-time mistake, you're a habitual cheater.
Right. I agree with that completely.
So that's
it ain't no mistake no more.
It ain't no mistake no more for you to habitually keep cheating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the aftermath of what you have to go through when somebody does that to you, they're not even thinking about that when they just trying to out here fuck somebody different or get into something else different.
Yeah.
My view on cheating is, I don't know when I'm supposed to talk about it, what I think you should do, but it's just my view on that, and I don't know what else to say because I'm getting angry.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with getting a little angry when we talk about some of this stuff.
Ooh, baby, I got chills.
So one thing I wanted to point out that you also just said is that people have to decide what to do after they get cheated on, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you have to decide what's best for you.
For you, exactly.
It can't be what my friend said is best. It can't be what someone else has done in this situation.
Right.
You have to do what is best for you. If you think that staying is best and trying to work it out is best for you.
For you.
Cool. But, if it's leaving, then like, don't be afraid of ending things. One thing that I learned recently in therapy is that we shouldn't fear the end of things.
Oh, yeah. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, endings are not always bad, or not always necessarily a bad thing, because like, that is how we fall into these traps of holding on to something that is no longer feeding us as human beings, and like, it's no longer healthy for us to be a part of.
To be a part of,
because
yes, I like that.
Fear it
That's
ending,
true.
and we fear the loss of whatever that thing is because it's comfortable and it's something that we used to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Or because it's easier, for that matter.
Right. Just holding on to something that's not good for you.
Yeah. And it only sounds easier. It's not really easier if it's no longer good for you to stay.
It's right.
That's
right.
It sounds
unhealthy.
Right. It's unhealthy. And so it's actually harder in the long run, while it may sound easier right there in that moment. Is the way that I would word that.
It's extremely unhealthy, because what people don't like to discuss about when you have a habitual cheater as a partner
mm-hmm.
is the ramifications that could destroy you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
STDs, HIV.
Yeah.
Because they're not thinking about you when they're having sex with somebody else at all.
Yeah.
And then they bring it back home because you unknowingly, you sleeping with them, whoever else they sleeping with, 100%. And it goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to think about yourself in that situations.
Yeah, and because
physically and mentally.
And when we say self, we literally mean self. Like, you have to think about what is best for you as the individual. Like, even if there are children involved, right? Because
mm-hmm.
like, there's ways around that where you can have healthy where you can have healthy co-parenting relationships.
Right.
The public examples that I like to point out with that is Will Jada and his first son Trey, his mom,
mm-hmm.
And then also Jason Momoa, Lisa Bonet, and Lenny Kravitz as well, with
right.
With her being his ex-husband, and with Lenny being her ex-husband,
right,
and her and Jason have a couple kids together, and then they have Zoe Kravitz together as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just a couple examples that I like to point out there, of what that looks like. And I mean, like, we have that ourselves too, but that co-parenting thing, whole nother episode.
Oh,
so
yeah, definitely whole nother episode. Not like it can be done, but
100%. So another point I wanted to talk about with the aftermath of cheating is this whole like concept that women can't win. And I'm not talking about like winning a breakup or anything like that, or anything unhealthy like that. I mean, like, women can't win when it comes to how they react to cheating. And maybe this happens for men as well, but like, from what I've seen, it doesn't. It mostly just happens with women.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say women can't win, I mean like, women can't win from the outside perspective with whichever way they decide to go with cheating.
Right, so staying or leaving.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so there was an article specifically about, again, I use these examples because these are well-known situations that people can refer to. about just kind of talking about the Jay-Z Beyonce situation, and then also that the reason it came up again recently was because they were talking about it like in comparison with Cardi B and Offset.
Okay.
And talking about how basically, like we said, women can't win staying or leaving, because when you stay, then you get called stupid. People call you stupid for staying, right? And tell you that you're not making the right decision for you, which they can't even know because they're not you.
Very true. Very true.
Then if women leave, then there are men and even some other women who then say, oh, well, boys will be boys. They have to learn how to not cheat. It's just inherent in them. Or stuff like cheating isn't a reason to leave someone. Like that Cardi B and Offset situation, T.I. was one of the first people to, like, he was commenting on her pictures like, don't go back, get back with your husband. Cheating is not a reason to leave someone.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, T.I., he got his own views on...
Like I said, he irritates me when it comes to his views on women and cheating.
Yeah, and cheating, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's his view, but yeah.
It's wrong.
That's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's not for everybody's situation.
Right. And
again, just because you want to be out here passing out dick like it's candy on Halloween,
facts.
That don't mean your wife or your girlfriend or your girlfriend or your partner has to take your ass back.
Right. Doesn't mean
okay, that's their choice, not yours.
Right. If you want someone, don't do it in the first place. But again, I want to have another conversation where we talk about like why people cheat and all that good stuff too. So that'll be another episode as well. But yeah, it's unfair to treat women that way. And like I said,
any relationship, to be treating people like that.
Yeah. And again, because I don't know if it happens to men, and I don't.
Oh yeah, men get cheated on.
No, I know that. That's not what I mean.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if men if men have that reaction of like,
they do. They don't. It's not as bad for a man, like you said, as a woman, but men do. If a man go back to a woman that cheated on him, his boys do clown him. And
then what's funny is I feel like a lot of those same men will then also go on the opposite side of what I'm talking about if a woman gets cheated on. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
Then they go back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, double standards.
Double standards. Oh yeah, because they definitely don't like getting cheated on.
Yeah. And so the other thing that I want to say too is just that like, as the friends in those situations, since this is a really good transition. So as the friends in those situations, I just want to say like, hold each other accountable, right? Like, don't let your friend like pretend like nothing happened or like choose to ignore it or anything like that. Or like if a friend of yours is cheating, like of course it's not your job to then go tell their partner, right?
Right. Oh,
but
no,
you should encourage them to make the healthy decision for them, or to encourage them to figure out what the healthy decision is for them.
Oh, I like that. That's very true.
Yeah. Like,
because you're going to have the conversation with your friend.
Right.
Because they're going to want to talk to you about whatever's going on with them in that situation.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to express yourself in a good way.
Yeah.
And just be there for them. Yeah. You know, to encourage them. And if you're their friend, you're going to be there for them. And whichever way they go, that way you go.
Right.
And try to work it out.
Yeah. And you should
help
be
them.
like, I definitely like want to say like, definitely like help encourage them to do whatever is right for them. Don't impose your own opinions on them. Don't try and force them to do anything. And encourage them to do whatever is right for them, and that goes for like the person who does the cheating or the person who gets cheated on, like whether whichever person you're friends with in that
right, because most people are going to end up on both sides of the spectrum. Yeah, you really do.
Yeah.
The older you get, the more into it, you end up on both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. And so I especially want to say that to men, because I feel like men, again, have this whole like notion tied up in their head that it should be a priority to fuck as many women as possible.
Oh, definitely.
So because they have that in their head, they also impose that on friends. So like there are men who like encourage you to have a side chick, and like our intent, and like literally encourage you to have that, and like don't say, or like if you do it, they don't say like, yo man, I don't think that was the best decision for you, or like you need to address this with your partner or stuff like that. Like they have unhealthy conversations with other men and pass down the same bullshit that's been getting passed down for generations
and generations
doing their partners wrong. And again, like we talk about a lot of these things in a heterosexual manner, but like these things can apply, different aspects of these apply to people of all different sexual orientations. Especially when it comes to cheating.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, the last point I was making, I can definitely say applies to straight men. I will put it that way. I don't know for sure about, gay men, how that all works out, because it could be different. That's a completely different, very different community. But yeah, I definitely wanted to point that out, that like we as men need to hold each other accountable and like be real friends and be intentional about like trying to be supportive in a way that is actually healthy for our friends.
Not just your friend. What about your son you're raising?
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
How about teach your son that having a bunch of different women gonna make you a man? Because that's a lie.
Okay.
That's some bullshit.
Hold on. Pull back the reins, lady. That's another episode. Save it for him. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, we coming back around to that. We've also hinted at that, about how men teach each other to pass down this bullshit, and we talked about that when it came to parenting. But we gonna come back around to that for sure.
All right.
Yeah, we definitely gonna come back around to that.
All right.
So yeah, anything else that you have about, what kind of happens after cheating and how people can approach it?
I want to say that to each his own thing. But if you find yourself in that situation, a lot of people don't think about this, but I think what's going on in the world now and what's always been in the world that we dismay, you need to get tested and make sure you ain't got no STDs.
Yeah, especially when you don't know the other person.
Because you can know them and they could be lying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you go out here and you cheat on someone, male or female, whatever kind of relationship you're in, you're not thinking about that person. You start out maybe trying to use a little protection, then you don't. Yeah. So you're leaving yourself open. I would definitely tell everybody, once you find out you've been cheated on, if you wasn't tested recently and can get tested again, get tested again.
Yeah.
Because it's messed up out here. And the STDs are back up. HIV is back up, flowing through our communities and in the world like it's candy on Halloween. Yeah. And it's horrible,
Protect yourself at all times.
Protect yourself at all times.
Sex is not worth your life. Like,
oh my God, it's sure not.
There are much bigger, more important things in life than sex. Something else too that I realized that I wanted to touch on too is that like I see a lot of people who blame the person who, like, they blame the side chick.
Oh yeah.
And like,
yeah, that's true.
I think that is not the way to approach that. Especially, so I would say the way to approach it is basically like blame your partner and not the person that they're cheating with, unless you know that person and they knew about your relationship.
Right. Then you can blame both of them.
Yeah.
But 99% of the time, it starts out with your partner.
Yeah.
I mean, some males or females will come after you, and know you're in a relationship. A lot of people out here doing that too. 100%, But definitely check that person who you're in a relationship with, because they meet them out on the street. They don't know they have nobody, and they lie. So
and also like that person is the one who has made this commitment to you.
So
that's why you have you have to point the finger at that person and have that conversation with them, because it was their decision to then go out and find this other
get with
person
somebody else.
And get with someone else.
That's right.
So that other third person is like just someone that popped up.
Right.
Really.
Fuckers.
Yeah, no, I have very strong feelings about cheaters too, because I just don't understand it. Like, oh God, we're gonna have an episode where we talk about like why people cheat and like, and we'll get back to that. But yeah, it's not worth it. That's what it comes down to me. It's not worth it. You can leave. But again, another conversation.
Yeah.
Another conversation. All right, so. Unless do you have anything else?
That's it.
All right. So that'll do it for today's message. we do have 2 quick updates. So we record on Sundays, and so we are recording on Sunday, April 14th right now. And the reason I know that date and I say that date is because winter is coming. Game of Thrones starts back up tonight, and I'm so excited.
I'm happy for y'all. I'm behind. I'm going to have to. My friend binge watched it in a day or 2, so I'm gonna have to do like her.
It's doable.
Yeah.
It's so easy to watch.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we record on Sundays, and next Sunday is Easter, so we'll be taking a break from the show to spend time with family. In the meantime,
eat a lot of good food. Watch the 10 Commandments, my favorite movie of all times.
Is that an Easter tradition for you?
Yeah. You know
because it comes on TV.
Yes,
yeah, it comes on TV,
you know
so
this.
watch
I used to make you watch it when you was a kid.
Yeah.
I mouth everything they say. I know it by heart.
There's a black and white version of that movie too.
Yeah,
of the original.
Yeah, I seen I never watched the whole thing, but I seen a piece of it.
Yeah. And that's one of those that they show at those theaters, so we could go watch it sometime. But anyway,
what's alone? We can't watch that one here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so we will be spending time with our family next Sunday, so we will not be recording a show, and so we'll take a week off. But we'll be sharing stuff on social media and stuff. So we'll be keeping in touch. Let's put it that way. We just won't have a full episode we won't record another full episode for another 2 weeks. So, yeah. Besides that,
you going somewhere? Guess I'm going on. You said 2 weeks.
No, it'll be 2 weeks before we record again.
Oh, I thought it would be 1 week.
2 weeks, Ma. Next week is Easter Sunday.
I got you.
Week.
Okay.
So then also in addition to that, we did the movie ticket winner giveaway. Or
did I win?
No. You can't win your own giveaway.
Oh, okay. We like to throw our name in just in case.
No.
Oh.
You can't win your own giveaway. That's cheating.
I know.
So we have to announce a winner. However, I need to pause here so that we can get our stuff together and pull a winner out of a bucket. So we'll be right back.
Cool.
We didn't get a lot of people sharing the way that I asked y'all to. I know there's a lot of steps to doing that, so I'm sorry that I made that all confusing. Again, still learning. But we did have quite a few people who shared the video, and so like if you actually liked the video or shared it,
excuse me,
then your name has been added to our little bucket here, which is my popcorn bucket for Cinemark movie theaters.
For refills.
Yeah. So I'll shake it up and let you pill someone.
Hey, I hope I pull my own name.
It's not in there.
Oh. Okay.
Don't sound so disappointed. All right. All right. Let's see what we got.
I won.
Sierra won.
Shut up. All right, Sierra. Hey.
That's so funny.
That's so cool.
All right. So Sierra is my cousin, who is the daughter of Frozine Auntie Sweetmeat, who I talked about in the last episode. So congratulations, Sierra.
Congratulations, Sierra.
So I'll reach out and we'll figure all that good stuff out,
So we can send you to the movies.
Yeah.
She loved the movies too.
Her and her fiance.
Hey. Yeah.
Hey.
Nice ass ring.
Hey.
Good ass relationship.
Hey. Good, healthy relationship.
There it
happy
is.
relationship. So yeah, we're really happy for her. So like, it's really cool that she just.
Let's do another one.
You want to give?
I want to give away another.
Oh, let me shake it up. Let me shake it up a little bit more. Because you want to do it again. What else you got there?
Here you go.
Gracias. All right. Oh my God, this is funny.
Oh,
so, Steven, the one who interviewed me for his podcast.
Oh, sweet.
Steven Kubica. All right, so 2 tickets for Steve. He's probably going to use them to go see Avengers Endgame.
Hey.
Would surprise
all right,
me
Steve.
all.
Congratulations.
All right.
Cool.
You done now?
Yeah, I'm done for that. We're going to do this again.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep doing giveaways and stuff. Maybe if we get a sponsorship or something like that, we'll do them every episode. But that's down the line.
Yeah.
So, If you enjoyed the show, please rate, like, subscribe, or follow wherever you're listening to us or watching on video. You can follow us at social media at MSG.
Follow him as us, because I don't do social media.
Yeah, well, the show is us.
I know. I'm just talking trash.
What's funny, you saw did you notice that under your name it says it has the social media for the show?
Oh, you know how I didn't notice it?
On the video,
okay.
When your name pops up. So yeah, follow us on social media at msgfrmernestine on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you want to join the conversation or share this podcast with your friends, please do. That's one way that you can donate to us in a non-monetary way, is to share the podcast. And you can do that by tagging us and using the hashtag, which is spelled the exact same way as our social handle. And also, please use the hashtag PodIn. Again, that's that now listening hashtag for other podcasts of color. We also accept topic suggestions. We haven't gotten any yet, but I'm sure that's coming. So that's a good place to submit those. And again, friends and family, feel free to text us and let us know, or you put it on social media. I almost just said put it on social media again. And you can check out our show notes for links to our social media as usual. And there will also be links to stories and information that we referred to in this episode. And that's all for us. We hope you join us for the next episode, because we'll be here in another 2 weeks. So I can't say next week. Join us for the next episode. We'll be back with another message from Ernestine. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Peace out.
Peace and love. LB out.